video today. As you can see, I'm wearing a Maniac hat and I'm in my Stray Kids shirt. No, I'm not going to a Stray Kids concert again, even though this is the exact same freaking outfit I wore to the Stray Kids concert. If you watched my K-pop updates video that I uploaded not too long ago, you would know that I got tickets to KCON and that I didn't film my experience buying KCON tickets, and that I should have because it was a pain in the butt. Anywho, my friend Isabella is right here and she's driving us to the LA Convention Center because that's where KCON is this year. And I think most of this video is going to be voiceover, unlike my usual vlogs. So it'll be not that different from my Sarang Hello vlog from December. But yeah, just so y'all know, we're on our way. Honest reviews all the way at the end. Here's me and Isabella arriving at the venue, and this is the check-in line that we were faced with once we arrived. After 10,000 years, we got our 3-day permanent bracelets, and there's this line for bag check. They gave us some tote bags, and Isabella got her tickets for her stuff. But we're almost there. Here's a very long sequence of me and Isabella walking into the LA Convention Center after we got scanned in by security. So meanwhile you're watching this, I'm going to explain where it is that we're headed. So right now we are heading towards the main convention section of KCON, where there are vendors and a bunch more people, several stages where you can watch a whole bunch of different things. And the reason why we were heading there first is because, well, it's obviously the main attraction of KCON once you're inside the convention center, but also my friend Aaron and his group were participating in the relay dance contest. Basically, they had to create a relay style choreography to any song of their choosing, and we decided to go watch and support him. And I'm really glad that I went to go watch him. Unfortunately, his group did not end up winning. However, it takes a lot of balls to just even participate in this, so I'm so glad I was able to be there. So we actually ended up getting pretty close to barricade. We were just one row away, and the following are clips of everybody who participated in the relay dance battle. Enjoy! after the competition was over, I decided to go around and buy some things both for myself and some of my friends. So this is what the shops were. There's like album stores, there's clothing, but most of the things were just BTS or BT21 or Tiny Tan themed. Everything was pretty decently priced. Everything was nicely set up. Everybody was super kind. And yeah, that's just the clips of the stores. So, we're back after a long day because we had plans with our friends and we just got back. That's why I'm in a different outfit. But I want to describe how KCON went for day one. Should not take that long because we didn't even do that much. So parking wasn't too bad. $20 parking for all day is honestly not that bad. San Francisco parking is a lot more expensive. Second, once we actually figured out where the check-in was, the check-in process was pretty quick considering there were like lots of people trying to check in. And then they gave us our blocking the camp, but they gave us our little like wristband things, and we're prisoners to these wristbands for the next 3 days.
They don't come off at all.
They literally do not come off. They just tighten more. And we walked inside. Huge convention center, very beautiful, very elegant, very fancy. They did a bag check, temperature check, and you scan your band before you go into the section with like the stages, random play dance, food, vendors. I bought several things. I bought 3 of the same Astro album but different versions, and a Tiny Tan V keychain, a Tiny Tan V bigger doll, a BT21 Tata keychain, and another album for my friend that she asked me for it. My only complaint is that the vendors weren't like very inclusive of other groups that weren't BTS. Like most of the merch I saw was BT21, Tiny Tan, and like anything BTS related. The only things that were not BTS were albums of other groups. Mind you, there were 3 different stands selling albums, and one of them was way cheaper than the other 2. One of them was only taking cash for part of it, which is ridiculous because I feel like nobody carries cash anymore.
I thought there would be cashless because they're always like about like cashless payments now.
Yeah, but one of them was cash only for like most of the event because like their system was down or something. And free McDonald's.
Yeah, and I guess we didn't know, but we can go back into the McDonald's line as many times as we want for those free French fries and ice cream.
Free fries and free ice cream, and literally all you had to do was show them that you downloaded the McDonald's app. Or be with someone who downloaded the McDonald's app. Like, she downloaded it, I did not. I was just like, oh, I'm with her. And they just like let me through. And then the fries and ice cream people gave me fries. No questions asked. So I guess free food is nice. The beauty product line was extremely long because they were giving out a free thing. The kimbap line was really long. Like traditional Korean food lines were extremely long.
And it wasn't as packed today, but it will be tomorrow.
Yeah, because tomorrow's like the actual like artist engagement pack things and the concert. So I'm definitely expecting a lot more people than there was today. We're gonna get there a lot earlier. But do I have to say anything else about it? Oh yeah, the reason why I didn't open any of my merch on camera was because I did it at the convention and there was just like way too many people. But if you care to know, I pulled Moonbin like 3 times, MJ like 3 times, Sanha twice, Jinjin twice. I got Rocky once. I think that's literally all the members except Unwoo, which freaking sucks because Unwoo's my bias. But yeah, Unwoo's the hardest to pull. Anywho, anything else you want to say?
No, I mean, once you know where to go, it was pretty easy to get through. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have had more signs around, like, of where to go, though, because, like, once you're in the convention. Like,
yeah, and their map was really confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the people who, like, were, like, the KCON information stand, they actually knew what they were talking about. Like, when we asked them, hey, yo, where's KCON Square? They're like, oh, it's in there. It's pretty big. Oh, yeah, and that's another thing. The thing we watched. That was actually really fun. I heavily enjoyed it. Yeah, the relay dance competition. I really loved it. I loved going to support my friend Erin, and the other groups that were there were really good. All different levels of experience, and it was really
all different outfits. Yeah.
There was only one repeat song, which not bad actually. There were a lot of the boys fans.
Yeah.
There were two groups of the boys. It's like, ooh, what the? Yeah. Anywho, that's it for day 1. See y'all for day 2. Good morning, everybody. KCON day 2. I'm in the cafeteria. This is a cafeteria. I bought some food at the convention because I didn't have any breakfast, and I'm about to eat. Isabella's not with me because she got all-day audience for all the groups. I only got for ATs and Enhypen. So I will be lining up at noon, which is 2 hours before Enhypen's thing happens. And I'm just gonna sit there and chill. I'll take videos of that line, but I just wanted to inform y'all that for this day 2, there's not really much that I'm gonna be doing because I already went to the vendors and it's the exact same vendors today. I got a free lip tint that I did for a little like raffle game that they were having at one of the booths. But now I'm gonna eat, and I think I'll walk around a little bit more. As of right now, a little boring. It's a lot of waiting and time killing. Mind you, I woke up at 7:45ish, and I only got 2.5 hours of sleep. So I am extremely tired, but my adrenaline is keeping me going right now. And once I see Enhypen and ATs, I'll be totally fine. But that's kind of the whole update I wanted to do for right now. So here's the Enhypen line. When I got there at 11 a.m., it wasn't that full, and that other crowd were the people doing the meet and greet for the group that was going before Enhypen. And here's what it looked like after waiting for several hours. It's completely filled up. This is what the stage looked like for the Enhypen meet and greet once I got to go inside. As you can see, I'm pretty close, but I'm in the back section because I didn't have high touch.
Hello, welcome everybody to our meet and greet tour at KCON 2022 LA. Let's bring out Enhypen, everybody!
One, two, hit it!
Thank you, Enhypen.
So this is the high touch portion of the Enhypen meet and greet, of which I did not participate in because I did not purchase a high touch ticket. However, as you can see, the Enhypen members are placed behind these glass walls that have been placed up for the purposes of high touch due to the COVID precautions. People were told that they had to continue walking as they went up on the stage. They could not take their time with each member, and they were not allowed to touch the glass to give proper high fives. It was only waves, finger hearts, hearts with their hands, or you could blow kisses and stuff like that, but you could not really just stand there and talk to them at all. As you can see, all these people are just quickly going by, saying hello, and getting to just see them up close with glass in between them. Okay, just got out of meet and greet with Enhypen, the audience engagement pack. I'm not mad that I didn't get high touch anymore because it doesn't seem worth it. $125 to walk in front of a piece of glass and not even be able to touch the glass and like properly give him a high five. No, it's totally fine that I didn't get it. I had a good view, it was decent. I'll go into detail later as to why I still don't think it was worth it, but right now I'm in the ATEEZ line. It's probably gonna be the same experience, or I might be further back, but stay tuned for that. This is what the ATEEZ line looked like by the time I was able to exit the Enhypen meet and greet. This is my point of view for the ATEEZ meet and greet. As you can see, I'm a lot further back than I was for Enhypen. However, I still had a good view, so no complaints from me.
Hello, everyone! Welcome to the KCON 2022 LA meet and greet for ATEEZ! Oh my God, ATEEZ!
So this is the high touch portion of the ATEEZ meet and greet, of which I also did not participate because I did not purchase a high touch ticket for ATEEZ. It's the same exact process like the Enhypen one, except it's just ATEEZ. So yeah, I just took a little video of these people walking in front of them so that you could see what it is that everybody had to experience for those people who did pay for high touch. I'll go into detail later as to why I do not think it's worth it and why I'm glad I didn't end up purchasing high touch. But if you were wondering what high touch was like this year, this is what it was. I met up with some friends after the meet and greet was over, and I killed some time with them by walking around the convention, and we got some more of the free food that the McDonald's was offering. Isabella did not hang out with us because she was in line and participating in the red carpet experience that she had purchased and that I did not purchase. It's almost 6 a.m. I'm tired. So I'm gonna do my review in the morning. See y'all for KCON Day 3. It is afternoon time next morning because I was really tired at 6 a.m. Didn't want to do this. Day 2 of KCON was pretty cool. Very, 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 very packed compared to day 1. Yeah. The vendors were the same. Nothing of that changed. The stage was the same. They had some of the idols performing there. I didn't watch any of them because I ended up waiting in line for my Enhypen thing for most of it, and then I had ATEEZ right afterwards, and by the time ATEEZ was done, no other artists were performing up there. I did manage to get a picture on the stage though, which I'll insert right here. I do not have time to go in depth about why I don't think what I paid for was worth it, but I will do more of that tonight. My complaints. Quickly summarize your experience because you had everything.
I had audience and all day audience and red carpet back to back, which I had no issues with the audience. The only thing I had real issues was the red carpet because it was really disorganized. But other than that, I mean, I had pretty good views during the audience, so it wasn't too bad. I would say they were still good, but I think we could have gotten. I still think there could have been more, involved into it.
Tell them a little bit about what happened.
So with the red carpet event, they basically have you line up, or after each audience, they move a panel forward and it's trying to be organized. Everybody lines up, but because ATEEZ was the last, basically meet and greet, everybody who had other meet and greets immediately were already in they were already in the line to basically go into red carpet, and all the red carpets were really, really organized except the red carpet. So
at
they
the
had
very end, yeah.
at
All
the
the meet
very
and
end,
greets were organized. Red carpet
you
was
would
a mess.
sit in a line. They had like lines that everybody sat in. It was really good. Everybody went one by one. When it came to red carpet, because everybody wanted to see, it was
Everybody.
it was a bloodbath. Like security was bad. They were super disorganized. People were rushing. A girl fainted basically, and they took forever to get a medic out there. It was ridiculous. At one point, I almost did want to give my ticket away because I was like really, really like crowded and tired.
But you pulled through, and Stray Kids was there.
I didn't expect Stray Kids to show up there because they're not listed in there, but I guess
because they didn't have meet and greet.
Yeah, they didn't have meet and greet, so I didn't think that they were gonna be there, and they were. So I'm glad I did.
It was
pull
all the
through.
groups that performed, right?
All the groups that performed, for the concert day one were.
Mind you, did not go to a concert. It was too expensive, even though I wanted to for day one.
But other than that, all the audiences I had were really good.
Yeah, I did in
view,
Hypen and ATs, very respectful. Even though I was pretty much all the way in the back for ATs, it was still enjoyable to watch.
I was in the back for all of them, but the view was still like they were so high up that it was easy to see.
Even for short people like us.
Yeah, so I was fine. I have like lots of photos and videos.
That's it for a review of day 2. And here we go for day 3. I'm outside the KCON convention. KCON's officially over, like it closed. The only thing that remains is concert day 2, which I'm not going to. I will do my in-depth review after that. But I did want to say this one thing before I forget the interaction. Liam McEwen, I will place a picture here, a social media star who has interviewed BTS and I'm pretty sure TXT a couple times. When I was sitting waiting for my friend to come out of his audition, Liam came up to me, and I'm wearing this shirt, mind you. It's the same one I wore to the TXT concert. And he said, I really like your TXT shirt. And I was like, oh my god, thank you. And it didn't like click in my head that I was talking to like a panelist and like a social media star, celeb, whatever, social media personality. And I like took a double look, and then I realized who he was because he had his hair up and he normally has it down in his videos. And I was like, oh my god, I know your videos. I love your videos because I've seen him interview BTS multiple times and he's always so respectful and I love his videos. And he was like, oh, thank you. And then he relayed again. I couldn't hear it clearly because I was watching something on my phone and I had a headphone in. And the side that he was speaking to me on was the side that I had the headphone on. But I think he said, yeah, I really like your shirt. It was a really good TXT era. Something like that. And then some other stuff happened, but with some idols. But I can't say what happened because privacy reasons. But let's just say I had a YN moment and I'm very happy. No, it was not romantic. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. It was very wholesome. But yeah, I'm waiting for Isabella to come back from the other plans that she ended up doing. And I'm gonna end up going to my friend Gabi's house, who I stayed at with for BTS. And I'll do my like full in-depth review with complaints, positives, whatever, of the overall 3 days. But for this day today, I didn't really do that much. Hello guys, I'm back. KCON is now definitely officially over. I'm not even near the convention. I'm back at my friend Gabi's house, like I said I was gonna be. And I'm going to summarize what I did for day 3, and then I'm gonna go in depth about what I thought was worth it and what was not worth it at KCON. For today, I really did not do much. I tried to go watch P1 Harmony's interview session that they were having inside of the KCON convention at one of the stages. But unfortunately I got there too late and all the way in the back could not see them, so my friends and I decided that it was just better to not do that. We ended up getting food outside. They ate, I just kind of was there, and then I went with my friend afterwards and I sat in the cafeteria for the rest of the time while he was going to his audition, and I stayed behind to watch the phones charge, and I just chilled out and relaxed.
and that's where I saw Liam McEwen when that was happening. Second, after the convention was over, I stayed outside, I watched some of the random dance play, I participated in a couple of the random dance play songs. And while I was outside, Issa Bae from TikTok came out, and I went and I talked to her, and we took a selfie together, and she was super sweet. It's the third time I've seen her this year. I love her so much. She is one of the nicest celebrities I have ever met, and she's very inspirational, and I could go on and on. Lastly, I didn't take a picture with him because I didn't want to be that person, and he was on his way to the concert, but I saw the guy that made the Polaroid Love by Enhypen song choreography, and Enhypen duetted them. I saw him, he was really sweet, and he kind of went off about like Enhypen and how it was amazing that they recognized him and all that. But that's kind of everything. I didn't take a picture with him. And then I just drove back to Gabi's house, and I'm here. So after explaining what happened on day 3, now I'm going to do a more detailed, in-depth review of KCON overall. So I had to travel here just like I did for BTS because I don't live in LA, and my flight was, I think, like maybe 1:30, give or take a few bucks, to go there and back. So it was round trip, not that bad. The convention entrance ticket for like the 3 days of the convention, if I'm not mistaken, I believe was $54. It was either $45 or $54, one of the two. And then each audience engagement pack that I purchased, each of them was $30. So I paid $30 for Enhypen, I paid $30 for ATEEZ. In total, I paid $60 so that I could get the audience only artist engagement pack, because High Touch would have been roughly $125 for one High Touch. 125, I believe so. I'm glad I didn't get the High Touch because it's not worth it. Maybe before COVID, pre-pandemic, it would have been worth it because you would have actually been able to touch them and give them a high five and like properly speak to them, rather than just walk in front of a glass that you can't even touch and just wave. I'm glad I didn't get the High Touch. I would have been really mad about it. Second off, the meet and greets themselves, I don't think was worth it to pay for if you don't get High Touch, because you end up being in the back. And in order to get a good spot from being in the back, I had to sit in that line from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. when Enhypen started. And then because ATEEZ was right after Enhypen's, I couldn't hold a good spot for ATEEZ, and that's why I ended up way further in the back for ATEEZ, which is fine because I don't stand ATEEZ like that anyway, so it didn't really matter much. It didn't really make much of a difference to me. I still enjoyed seeing them, and it was great, very starstruck and everything, because I had never seen Enhypen or ATEEZ until KCON. But I don't think it was worth it, because I found out at the con itself that all of the artists that had meet and greet portions also had performances at the KCON Square stage in the convention, where they performed songs and they also interacted with the audience, and you could actually like potentially give them an actual high five with no glass, because it's just the barricade and the stage separating the audience and the idol. And that was technically free. You didn't have to pay to go to KCON Square. You just had to pay for a regular old convention ticket. And there were also so many other opportunities where I would have been able to see Enhypen and ATEEZ and literally any of the other groups that were having meet and greets, because they had like a a thing where it was a random dance play, but it was idols only, and each group had their own separate like times of when they were going to do that, or they went to go visit booths, or they went to that KCON Square stage. And the fact that I missed all of that because I was trying to get a good seat in the audience participation thing was totally not worth it to me. I could have saved those $30. I could have saved my time and been at the convention instead of sitting my butt on the floor for hours on my phone, literally just holding a spot for me and my friend Isabella so that we could both get a good spot in Hypen, and then not even be able to get a good 80s one because it was back to back. So if I could do it again, I wouldn't buy the engagement packs. I would only try to go early to the barricade things so that I could be in the front, and those things are no extra charge from the con ticket itself. And also, idols are just kind of walking around all the time over there. Like, I had an opportunity to wave to TO1 because they walked right by me when I was in line to get the McDonald's stuff. TO1 just walked right by me. And I know there were multiple people that have posted on TikTok. They're like, oh, I saw Kepler. Oh, I saw NMIX. Oh, I saw 80s, like, walking in the booths, like Gravity and all of them. Like, and the fact that I had to pay and I wasted my time waiting in a line when I could have seen them and probably had better experiences for no extra charge really frustrates me. Also, I think it's kind of ridiculous that there is a concert after the convention. I feel like the artists would be really tired after all the stuff that they do at the convention, and then they still have to do like a concert. And the fact that it's also separate from the con, like, why can't it just be together? Like, if you get a con ticket, you should at least be able to get a discounted concert ticket, because it was the same price for any other like normal concert I've ever been to, but with like different artists. I did not appreciate that Sunwoo was not here. I know that he is in Korea healing because he's sick, but I really wish I would have seen Sunwoo. Sunwoo was one of my biases and I didn't get to see him. Again, I'm so glad that he's resting and that he's taking care of himself. It's just, for me as a fan personally, I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to see him, but I'll get to see him in October once he's fully healed and totally okay for performances and all of that. The actual meet and greets themselves, I honestly thought that they would at least perform one song for us, but there were no performances whatsoever. It was just a bunch of games for the idols to play, and it was very short, mind you. I mean, I was entertained and I got to see them, but I feel like I was just expecting more. Like, I was expecting them to perform a song, or at least maybe an hour, but it was only like 30 to 45 minutes. And then again, I didn't have the high touch, but I'm glad I didn't, because I would have been mad if that's all I would have been able to do. Like, I would have enjoyed it in the moment, but then like later on I would have been like, oh, well, this is what I paid for. Like, I paid this much money just to get like 2 seconds in front of a glass. Like, really? So I guess final verdicts. Oh no, let's do positives first. Positives. Merchandise inside of KCON is actually a lot cheaper than if you would go to the store itself outside of KCON. Like, for example, an Astro album at a K-pop album store would usually be at least like $30. At least for the one that I got, at least $30, and I was able to buy it for $25. Tip: if there are multiple places selling the same album that you want, check the prices at the 3 places and then buy it at the cheapest. That's what I did. I bought the Astro album at the cheapest place I could find. Second, not only are albums cheaper, other kinds of merch are also cheaper. Some of them are a little bit hiked up, but most of them are cheaper. For example, I bought a V Tiny Tan full-size doll, and I already own 3 of them. I own a Yoongi, a Namjoon, and a Jungkook. And for each of those dolls, I paid $50 each in the store for those dolls. At KCON, they were selling them for $37. Massive price discount. I appreciate that was there. They also had a lot of free things that they were giving out. I got so many fans, very different design fans. I got a lot of fans. I got 2 face masks, a lip tint, and there were also a bunch of other opportunities to get free things, but I just wasn't willing to wait in line for them. But I know that they were giving out like free ramen samples at one of the places. I know that they were giving free food samples at one of the places. I know that there were other places that were giving like toners and special lotions and blushes and like a bunch of other makeup things. So there's a lot of free things that you can get at KCON. Parking is easy. It's all day. It's $20 parking each day that you go. So in total, my friend ended up spending $60 in parking, which honestly, if you only go with that KCON ticket in mind and you don't pay for the extra artist things, totally worth it. Because then you're saving money on like not buying the artist engagement thing, and you end up like spending that on food and parking. So that would make it worth it. I also like that there were a lot of panelists and very various kinds of panelists. Like it wasn't just all choreographers or all dancers or all like people who used to be trainees or something like that. It was very various backgrounds. It was people who were Asian, people who were white, other people of color, you know, doing K-pop covers, people who make their own kind of K-music and how they do that, people who work concerts, there were like so many different kinds of panelists, and I'm so sad that I didn't get to see any of them because I wasted most of my time waiting in line for the Enhypen thing. But I totally recommend going into one of the panelists, because I did hear from the people that actually did go to these panels that it was very informative, very entertaining, and obviously they're not idols, so they're like a lot easier to access. That's why Liam McAllen said hi to me. That's why Issa Bae said hi to me. That's why the Polaroid guy said hi to me. And there were like a bunch of other panelists. I actually saw one, I do not know his name, but I saw him walking around recording a vlog, and yeah, it was pretty nice to see those people. I would maybe aspire to be one of those people one day. I would not mind being a panelist at like KCON or something like that if I got big enough. Overall, my final verdict is, if you're going to go to KCON, only buy the convention ticket. You literally do not need anything else. There are so many other opportunities for you to be able to get up close with the idols at KCON itself for no extra price. Artist engagement packs are not worth it to me. High Touch would be worth it if it was going back to the way pre-pandemic, like with no glass, but you know, things change. I don't know how they're gonna do it next year. I'm gonna rate my entire KCON experience, I'm gonna say an 8 out of 10, only because KCON, and they're sneaky about it. KCON doesn't announce that they're having like all of these like different stages and like opportunities, and like, yes, they do. It's like posted on their website and whatnot, but it's kind of hidden. And the big things that they announce are like, yeah, artist engagement pack is coming, these are the artists that are going, go buy a ticket to the concert, and etc, etc. So don't be fooled. There will be opportunities for you to do that. Just show up early so that you can get to the barricade of the stage or of the dance section or of the panelists that you want to see, and you should be just fine. But yeah, I might consider going to KCON next year if I go with several of my friends, and if there's maybe more than one group that I stand that's going, because this year I literally only went for Enhypen. I'm hoping that next year maybe they can come back. Maybe Murray could go. I'm surprised Murray was not in KCON Rookies. That would have been amazing. Maybe Murray. I don't know if Astro would come because MJ's not back by next year. BTS is too big to be there. Stray Kids was there, but they didn't have meet and greet. They were only at the red carpet thing, and then they performed at the concert. There were no other opportunities to see them, though, because the only artists that have opportunities to see them outside of their meet and greet is the people who had meet and greet. The groups that didn't, you did not have opportunities to see them elsewhere. TXT maybe could be at KCON at some point. They would probably be like Stray Kids too, where they don't have a meet and greet, they just perform at the concert. Again, I'm surprised ATEEZ had a meet and greet because they were huge. But yeah, overall 8 out of 10. It was a good experience. I had fun. I liked the people that I hung out with. I just don't appreciate that I paid extra money for stuff that I literally could have maybe gotten for free, and I wouldn't have wasted my time. So that's it. Thank you for watching this vlog. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of the things, especially the like button and the commenting, because YouTube cares about that now. And if you like my content, you want other people to see my content, please go ahead and comment and like. It really helps my videos. I love you guys. Stay healthy, stay safe. Bye.